Hello, Prince Sonapil here. I am here to do a review slash recap with my opinion on 90 Day Fiance The Other Way Part 2. If you haven't seen Part 1, go check it out. This is Season 7, Episode 2. It's titled Hasta la Vista. Let's get started. Let's get started with Anthony and Mano. Okay, we left off with Mano and Sarah's Anthony's sister, arguing. And we pick back up with them still arguing. Sarah is not backing down, and I loved it. Mano said, "I love your brother, Sarah." Sarah said, "Well, when you tell me these things about him, I have concerns. You know?" So, Anthony shut it down. Anthony and his father kind of shut it down. He said, at the end of the day, we are moving to France. But then he kind of threatened Sarah. He said, "I want him, my son, to spend time with his aunt." So I guess he's saying, if you don't quit arguing with my wife, you ain't going to spend time with my son? I didn't like that, Anthony. She won't see the son anyway because they're moving to France, right? Why are there so many punk men on 90 Day Fiance this season? We got Sumit. He's a punk or a sap. Sumit father, he's a punk. He's a sap. Sarah's husband, he wasn't saying shit. He's a sap. Anthony, he's a sap. Why do we have so many punk sap men on the show this season? So Anthony is not addressing the horrible things that his wife said about him. And Mano is very manipulative. After the yelling match, she goes inside and she starts to fake cry. She got her hands over her face, no tears, and she's fake crying. And she's fake crying because she wants sympathy. She's fake crying in front of her husband and her child. And she's doing it because she wants sympathy, because she doesn't want her husband to confront her with the horrible things she said, the horrible things she told Sarah. We find out, too, that Sarah is Anthony's twin. I think that's what he said. Sarah is his twin. That's why she was going so hard for him. But Anthony justified Mano telling Sarah to leave the house. Well, you always have a dominant twin, and it seemed like Sarah is it. She's the dominant twin between her and Anthony. So when the parents and the brother came into the house to say goodbye to Mano, quickly she tried to explain why she said the things she said about Anthony and their marriage. She said the things that she said is not true because she loves Anthony. She was just going through a crazy time. So when you're going through a crazy time, you just vent all over your husband and talk crap? No. To me, I can't come back from that. She said, "I want a divorce." She said, "Being with Anthony makes me feel like I'm dying inside." That's what she said. If someone were to say that to me or about me, or if I felt that way about somebody, it's time to part ways. It is. I had 2 husbands, right? When you feel like you're dying inside, you need to get the hell out. And Mano is a liar. First she said she didn't say the D word, and then she said she confided in her sister-in-law, and then her sister-in-law used it against her. So you did say the D word. Mano is full of shit. Oh, so next is moving day. They moved out of their house and they're staying with Anthony's aunt because they had to get out of their house because they sold the house. Anthony said his sister came over and apologized. She better than me. I wouldn't apologize. Mano needs to apologize. So then Mano had a talk with Anthony, and everything she said to him was about herself. She told him she did not resent him for being attached to the baby. She said, she told him that she has not been feeling like herself. She told him it's hard for her to let go of her job. She said she has been through a lot to get to where she is today. But then she brought it home kind of nicely. She turned it around. She told him that him and the baby are her American dream. Because she said she was chasing the American dream, the almighty dollar. But then she said that her husband and her son, they are the American dream. But that lady, she rubs me the wrong way. I am not a fan of her. So next, they said goodbye to Anthony's entire family, and they are on their way to the airport to go to France. On the drive, they started to argue. Mano is concerned about their finances. Anthony is concerned that he doesn't have help parenting. So he told her he feels like he is solo parenting. Why the hell did he say that? She told him that she has been helping him with bath time. A whole child, and all he do is help with bath time. He told her bath time is only one thing. Anthony said, who has been putting him to bed? Manu said, when she tries to put the kid to bed, he screams. She told Anthony, I gave you a good life. That means you're not supposed to parent your child. He's supposed to parent the child all by himself. She said, I gave you a good life. He could have given himself a good life, or he was giving himself a good life before you, wasn't he? Was he down and out and living on a bridge or something? Then she said, I already told you I feel like a shit mom, and you're going to say that to me? She told him, while you have been solo parenting, I have been solo providing. That was a good one. I don't like her, but that was a good comeback. That was a good comeback. And then she's giving him the cold shoulder. And then he apologized to her. She told him she was not going to forget that because what he said was hurtful. And then she sarcastically said, let's have a very nice flight now. Because now you done effed up the flight, the trip. Now they're not gonna have a good flight because he done effed it up because of what he said to her. Next we have Madeline. Is it Madeline or Madeline? I'm gonna call her Madeline. We have Madeline and Luke. Madeline went apartment shopping and she found one that she liked. She wants to buy her own apartment with her own money as an investment for herself. She wants to rent out the apartment to tourists. And that's how she planned on making a lot of money. She said she have the down payment. Her friend is telling her that if she has to buy her own apartment, then she would have to say bye to her man. Madeline told her this is her own investment. And I think when Luke hears that, Luke is going to be upset. When he finds out about that, he's going to be upset. She told her friend that Luke is terrible at business. And that's what his father said to him or about him last episode. Luke's father said Luke went to business school and learned nothing. And now Madeline is saying the exact same thing. Madeline told her friend that Luke has made a lot of bad investments. Madeline claimed that the salon Luke bought for her is successful and making money. So if the salon he bought is making money, why is Luke in debt? And why did he say he won't have an income when he moves to Colombia? He bought the salon and they're getting married, so it's their salon. I don't understand why he's saying he won't have an income when he comes to Colombia. Last episode, I was feeling sorry for Lou because I thought he was damn near destitute. He's not. He has a salon. The salon is making money. Madeline said the salon is the only business Luke have that's making money. Madeline told her friend that she came from nothing and she doesn't need Luke. That's messed up. She needs Luke. When she met Luke, she had nothing. Luke got her an apartment, he got her a car, and he bought her the salon to take care of. And now the salon is successful. She's on her high horse saying that she doesn't need him. What a bitch. Madeline told us how rough it was for her growing up. She said her mother was 16 when her mother had her. When Madeline's mother was 16. That's when she got pregnant with Madeline. She said her mother was a single mother who worked a lot, so Madeline said she had to raise herself. She said when she was 12, she started running away. Why? She didn't say why she ran away when she was 12. Was she being abused at home? What happened? Why would she run away at age 12? Then she said she would stay, one day she would stay at her grandmother's house, and the next day she would stay on the street. Why wouldn't he just stay with your grandmother's house? Why would he stay at your grandmother's house one day and then go on the street the next day? She's not telling us the full story, and I feel like things are missing, and I need to know. I'm not saying she's lying. I just need to know why she left. She ran away at age 12. Why she didn't stay at her grandmother's house. Why she left her grandmother's house out. Those are the things I want to know. Why she didn't tell us any of that? Then she said eventually she got a job in the travel industry. You ran away at 12, and then you got a job in the travel industry. Where were you from? You couldn't have gotten a job in the travel industry until you maybe were like 15, 16, a little older. But you ran away at 12. So 12, 13, 14, 15. Let's say 4 years. Where were you for those 4 years? Were you on the streets? Were you with your grandmother? Did you go back home to your mother? Tell the whole story, Madeline. She's not telling the whole story. It's not. She said she was a party promoter with the travel industry, and she started making a lot of money. But when she met Luke, she didn't have a lot of money. He got her the apartment. He got her the car. He bought her the salon. Or the salon. I said the saloon. The salon. She said since the salon has taken off, she feels like a survivor. But you said when you were working in the travel industry, you were making a lot of money. Didn't you feel like a survivor then? Something's not right with the story. Something's not right with the story. How come she didn't feel like a survivor when she was making with the travel industry? She said she was making a lot of money then. She told her friend that she is tired of Luke's friends calling her a gold digger. I think they call you a gold digger because when she met him, he had money and he gave her everything she asked for because he was smitten with her, and he's still smitten with her, and he's still willing to give her everything and anything she wants when he has nothing. He claims he has nothing. Now, I hope his name is on that salon paper, the paperwork for that salon. She said a gold digger is like a sugar baby. But that is what she is. She was a sugar baby. He was funding her life. He paid for the apartment, the car, the salon, and he was giving her an allowance. You were his sugar baby. The friend said Madeline told her some things she has been through with Luke, and she has to keep forgiving him over and over again. Madeline also did something that Luke had to forgive her for. When they were on the show the first time, Madeline had, I think she had a party at her apartment, the apartment that Luke is paying for. Luke wasn't at the apartment, Luke was in the States, and she had a party at the apartment, and some guy was too drunk to drive home, or he slept over, and he slept over in Madeline's bed, with Madeline in the bed. And another friend went and told Luke, and he forgave her. And I think she said the guy just slept over. We didn't have sex. He just slept over. And Luke forgave her. If I was Luke, I would have dumped her right then and there. I'm paying for this apartment for you to live in. You have a party. You invite some guy over. And then you allow him to sleep over. And you allow him to sleep over in our bed? No, I would have dumped her ass right then and there. I think their relationship is one-sided anyway. I think he loves Madeline more than Madeline loves him. And I think that's why she's allowed to get away with all the shit she get away with. The way she talked to him, the way she treated him. That's the reason. And she can get anything out of him. She doesn't squeeze him for anything. That's why she got a helicopter. She's arriving to her wedding in a helicopter. But it seems to me that Madeline's friend doesn't want Madeline to get married because she's losing her party buddy. So Madeline claims that Luke was talking with another Colombian girl, and he told her to save him in her contact. At least Luke didn't invite the girl over to a solo slumber party like Madeline did. He didn't do all of that. So next, Luke's friends threw a bachelor party for Luke. And Luke is terrified because he had promised Madeline that he would not have a bachelor party without her. So Luke left the room to go to the kitchen, get a beer from the refrigerator or something. And the guys were talking shit about Madeline. One of them said, "Who is Madeline? Has anybody met her? Anybody know Madeline?" And one of the guys said, "Unfortunately." And then Luke came back in the room and his friend said to him, "Is Madeline the right one?" And Luke said, "Madeline and him is a fairy tale story." So then the friend that said, unfortunately, that he knows Madeline, he told everybody that Madeline went out of her way to destroy his marriage. Now, I'm not a fan of Madeline, but how can she destroy somebody's marriage? How? A husband and a wife, they're together, right? How does Madeline destroy the marriage? If, I mean, he said Madeline started a rumor that he was unfaithful to his ex-wife. So the ex-wife believed Madeline and didn't believe you. The ex-wife trusts Madeline and didn't trust you. That's not Madeline's fault. That's your ex-wife's fault. This was the guy that had told Luke that Madeline had that guy sleep over in her apartment. He said Madeline started a rumor that he was unfaithful to get back at him for telling Luke that the guy slept over in the apartment. That she had a one-man slumber party. But this guy is bitter. He hates Madeline. And I don't believe a person can start a rumor and ruin a marriage. I don't believe that. He must have done something for his wife to leave him. Because a wife is not going to leave her husband because of a rumor. If I'm married, me and my husband were good, we love each other, everything's great, and somebody says, "Oh, he was cheating on you," I want proof. I want some type of proof. So I don't think his wife left him because of a rumor. Okay? So then they start drinking and they're having a good time, and a stripper showed up. And Luke is shitting his pants because he knows Madeline is going to kick his ass. She's going to, he's going to get it. So the stripper hugged him, but he was like this. He was like, "I'm not touching the stripper because Madeline going to get me. She going to get you anyway, so you might as well hug the stripper." You're having a bachelor party, you told her you wouldn't. That stripper showed up. That's a no-no. So you might as well hug the stripper. You might as well go all out. You're already in trouble. So then the stripper went and changed into some skimpy outfit, came back into the living room, sat Luke down, put on some music, and straddled him and did her thing. And guess who was recording the entire thing? The bitter guy. And that was the end of the episode, and this is the end of my review. Thank you so very much for watching. Princess on a Pillow here. Bye.